From Quicken Loans Arena, this is the Big Chief Ian Tayek alongside Chris Coon with your ZTV MAC basketball tournament update. OU and Akron tomorrow night at the Q for your MAC championship game, 8 o'clock here at Quicken Loans Arena, and the lights turn out behind me. That means we better hurry up. Chris, first off, Akron getting the job done 78-74, completing the season sweep of Kent State. Obviously, the big story coming in this game was Michael Perini guaranteeing that he wouldn't lose a third time. Didn't happen. Your thoughts and opinions on this one?
My thoughts and opinions on this game, Akron came out gunning, and that's what I think was key for them is they had to come out and establish their game, and that's what they did. Kent State, they kind of lacked that one shot that was going to take them over the hump to overcome, the deficit, and that was the determining factor, I think, in tonight's game is Kent State wasn't able to make that shot that was going to really count.
Two big things pointed out to me. First off, unlike the first two matchups this year, Kent State unable to end that first half on a big run. They did it at the Jar. Were able to do it again at the MAC Center tonight. Weren't able to do so. They trailed by Akron led by 5 at half. And in the second half, yet again, but the season story for Akron, a 14-0 run this time, taking the lead for good, and were able to put that game away. Things did get kind of interesting at the end of the game as Randall Holt tried to bring back Kent State, but you got to credit Alex Abreu. Ice water in the veins for the young sophomore. As we talked about all season, on the radio side, a guy that really has stepped up as the leader of this team, and hitting those 2 free throws with 15 seconds to go just proved it once again.
Yeah, I think that's the story of Alex Abreu's season this year. I mean, whenever there's any adversity, whenever there is any turmoil going on with the team's not making their shots, Alex Abreu always seems to be that guy that bails the team out and is there, and he's really the guy I think you want down the stretch to take that big shot because he has no fear when it comes to making the shot or going up to the free throw line, making those pivotal shots. So, yeah,
Akron advances to their 6th straight MAC championship game, and they will take on Ohio, who defeated Buffalo tonight by 3. Story in this one, DJ Cooper, of course, draining 5 threes in the first half, was able to stretch out the OU lead to 11 at the break, but Mitchell Watt, the MAC Player of the Year, just lived up to everything he's been up to this year. 32 points, but an Oldham half-court heave, unable to make it at the end. Ohio moves on. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this game definitely came down to the wire, and really it shouldn't have been down to the wire. OU was up big going into halftime, but OU was shooting well. DJ Cooper was making shots, and really you can definitely sense that OU lacks the big man. And granted, this is not taken away from Mitchell Watt, but Mitchell Watt shouldn't have scored 32 points. He did surpass his career high of 28, but the lack of big man I think definitely hurt OU, but thankfully for OU, they were shooting well, and that's what ultimately won them the game.
This should be an interesting matchup tomorrow night here at the Q. Of course, both teams coming in here. Akron won the first game by 5 at the Jar. The second time at the Convo was an absolute blowout. Coach Danbrot said after that game he didn't really show much throughout just because of this may happen again. Again, a rematch of the 2010 MAC championship game. That one went into overtime. OU won that 71-65. And let's be honest here, Chris, both of these teams just don't like each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, I would be willing to say that this rivalry is pretty close to Kent State. Just like you said, both teams don't like each other, and maybe Akron can get redemption from the 2009-2010 season like they did last year from Kent. But definitely the key factor is getting the big man involved, and that's Zeke Marshall. Zeke Marshall has to stay out of foul trouble. He has to be smart when playing defense, and he has to make shots. And I think that's the key thing because, like I said, OU lacks the big man, and they have to protect the perimeter. If they protect the perimeter, I think the Akron Zips are in good shape.
Again, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. here at Quicken Loans Arena. That game can be seen on ESPN2 or Jonas here at the Quicken Loans Arena. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon previewing that OU Akron game on ZTV Sports. For the Big Chief Ian Tayek and for Chris Coon. Again tonight, Akron and OU advance on the MAC championship. Have a good night, everybody.